Gundam, Freedom, Seed, all of the above, maybe? Yes, we went to see Gundam SEED Freedom, and we're going to tell you all about it.
Welcome back to the Kieran Show. This week, it's a different topic. It's hobby crossover.
It is the hobby crossover episode.
Yeah, so we were lucky enough to go and see the new Gundam SEED Freedom film up at the Genesis Theatre. And here's what we thought about it. So, you're a Gundam virgin.
Yeah, I am a scrubby nub-nub when it comes to all things Gundam. I asked people at the event if they knew anything about Tau, of which that were mixed reviews. So yeah, no, it was really fun jumping into another hobby that I'm not privy to at all.
What my favourite bit of it was, so anybody that's into Gundam knows that Gundam SEED Freedom has been stuck in development hell for like 20 years, and I took a complete noob to it, and there's people that have been waiting for it and they can't watch it, and you're just there like, I mean, people, robots go brr.
Yeah, people were hyped for this movie. Like, there were moments in it where they were like cheering and like screaming and stuff.
It was really good.
Yeah, and I was like, to be honest, I felt like as much a hobby tourist as I did like everyone's mum for the day.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was just glad that everyone was having a good time. But yeah, no, it was nice. It was wicked.
Yeah, so we got to take part in the Gundam workshop, where you got to build your first GUNPLA kit. How did you find that?
It's loads easier than Warhammer. Loads easier. Yeah, I don't know what it's called, what any of them are called. They've all
For context, he built this one. As you can see, the stupid pile. He built the RX-78-2.
Yeah, you'll see loads of pictures and stuff as overlays, because we did take loads of pictures, not so much on the video front, we were having too much fun. But yeah, no, I just sort of locked in. Like, you were like, let's go to the shop, and I was like, no, I'm doing this now.
Yeah, you were staring very intently at it.
Yeah, it was wicked cool, and I think because the kits are so different to Warhammer, like, obviously they've still got that sci-fi edge, but it's a lot more, I don't know, anime?
Well, it is
anime. It's like clean anime, so it's not like making really grimdark stuff from 40k or Warhammer or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like super clean edges, like everything's very mechanical. Yeah, it was nice. It was a really nice change of pace. Lush little models. Everyone was having a blast, and also all doing the same kit, because it was all sort of like
yeah, it was the promo kit that was given out.
Yeah, and that was really fun as well. Like, everyone was doing the same thing, like going at their own pace, all chatting about the hobby and stuff. Obviously, like, I wanted to try and ascertain as much information as possible before going into a movie that's been 20 years in the making. And we said, actually, before we went up, I was like, look, let me try and do a bit of homework. What do I need to see? And you were like, oh, like 70 episodes of TV, 3 movies, and then
No. It was 100. It was 104 episodes of TV, or you could watch 7 films.
Never doing that. Never. Even not in a week. No, no way. But yeah, going in completely, I don't know, blind was certainly an experience for sure. But it also meant us driving up from Devon to London and back in the same day.
Yeah, well, that was wild.
Yeah, anybody that's not in the UK, it's 4 hours there, 4 hours back, not to mention travel time in and around London. And yeah, it was a vibe.
It was a lot of travel. Yeah, so I can talk about my experience with Gundam.
I was going to say, this has been fun as like a new, I don't know, person enjoying the experience. But for you, like, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, so I was always into Gundam, not always, much like Warhammer, I've gone in and out of it. So when I was about 13, 14, I was given my first GUNPLA kits from Gundam Wing Zero, which were wild because I was still in that weird, like, teenager kid bit where I was like, these are cool, and I was like, playing, you know, when we used to play. And I watched a bit of Gundam Wing on, I think it was on Ministry of Mayhem over in the UK. That would ring a bell for some people, I think. And when I was about 8 or 9 and I first saw it on the TV, I wanted to physically be Wing Zero Custom with the angel wings. I didn't want to be the guy that was the pilot. I wanted to be the robot.
Make me the
robot. That was my first thing when I was like 8 or 9, is seeing like it on the TV, and that was it. Yeah, as I said, I got my first kits when I was about 14. Built those, had them on display in my room, and then, much like everything, went on to other things. I've still got the kits in the loft. And then I think it was during the might have been during the pandemic or just afterwards. I was like, I was a bit burnt out with Warhammer. I was like, I've always liked this. I've had some of the manga books. I've had the Origin hardcover anime like crossover manga books, which are really cool.
Nice.
So I had those, and I was like, right, I'll pick up a couple of kits because I'm a bit burnt out from Warhammer. I remember this being fun when I was 14, so I picked up two. I picked up Wing Zero Custom with his angel wings, so I could finally be him.
I will be you.
Which was wild to build, and yeah, and then started watching more of the anime, just because I was looking for things to watch.
And as we can clearly see from this,
Yeah,
Kieran
so
regressed in a
Yeah.
big way.
so before we went, I was like, I'm gonna get some stuff. Like, it felt like too long since I built my last Gunpla kit, and I was like, right, I'm gonna get some stuff. And I remember buying the first ones as an adult, and the Perfect Grade Unleashed had not long been released, and I was like, if they have it there, I'll buy it because it's Granddaddy Gundam. It's the one from the original films. It's like the ubiquitous face of Gundam.
Yeah.
I was like, right, I'll get that one if it was there. And also shout out to Rivals Corner, the pop-up shop that was at the event.
Yeah, wow.
Brilliant service for what was absolutely heaving.
Yeah, it was pandemonium for the entire time that we were there. I mean,
Yeah.
we turned up at about 12. This poor guy was still going at 5 o'clock at night, I think.
Yeah,
And
what an
he was
absolute
just-
hero.
Yeah, tenacious. It was so nice having that experience with somebody who is obviously like equally as passionate about the hobby. I
Yeah.
think that always really transpires, especially from a consumer point of view, and like when you're chatting about obviously the kits that you're buying, but then ultimately talking about, I don't know, like the stories within the IP and
Yeah.
all the rest of it. Yeah, it was really, really lush, and it was incredibly infectious as well. I was just so hot and so dehydrated that I just went, I'll just buy a kit when I get home.
Yeah, so when we got there, he had two of the Perfect Grade Unleashed. I was like, right, I'm going to get one.
Nice.
And then Bandai were kind enough to give us free kits as well. So I won a giveaway over on Instagram for the two ones you see there, for Rising Freedom and Immortal Justice. Super hyped to build those because they were really cool in the film.
There was some really cool characters in the movie. Yeah, I think obviously we got to see it a little bit earlier than everyone else. I think it was like a week before, which is obviously great. By the time that this video comes out, I'm sure it'll be out for major release for everyone, which is always very exciting. But yeah, what were they called? The dark group with their
The Black Knights.
The Black Knights was sick.
Yeah, we won't give any spoilers, but their mobile suits were very cool.
Yeah, I think anything emo, I was like,
I identify with these black things.
You're wicked. Yeah, it was just some of the design and the animation styles and stuff was just lush. It's really cool.
It encapsulated everything I've always admired about Gundam, is that everything gets bigger.
Sure.
There is always a level up, and what makes me laugh, and it's been the same through any anime series that I've watched. It's always, we've run out of mobile suits. Here's this one that was better than the one that we've just lost.
Yeah, for sure. We've got nothing left apart from this nuke, and you're like, of course, that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed the film, and the event was so well done.
It's also such a nice experience in the UK. Like, I think because anime screening specifically, because I've been to see Dragon Ball movies, Demon Slayer movies in the past and stuff at cinemas, and it's always jam packed, and the scene is obviously like really flourishing.
Yeah.
And I just think if I think we're sort of paving the way, especially over here in the UK, where it becomes more and more popular, and stuff like events like this when they happen are just so much fun.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that it does give some more clout to these various houses, if you will, to go, let's do a cool event for this going forward. So I'm hoping that there's going to be more Gundam events.
For sure. To my knowledge, I think this was the first one that Bandai UK had done.
I believe so, yeah. And
So-
they were very much like, this is the first one. If this is a success, obviously we'll push this more.
And I think it absolutely was.
gotcha.
Yeah, for sure. They had a great time. I think given that this was like a bit of a roll the dice situation for those guys, both all the anime, Bandai UK and Rival Corner all just had this. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
great fun.
It was really infectious. You could feel from everybody there that everyone was hyped.
Mm.
So, you know, like, remember back in the glory days of Marvel where everyone used to get really excited in the cinema and they'd clap? We've gone past that now. It was like living.
People don't do that anymore.
Yeah, people don't clap for Marvel.
Yeah, we don't talk about Marvel anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really, really nice. And just having that many people that really had... It felt like they'd been waiting for that long as well.
It's where it kind of crosses over for me with Warhammer. It's nice to feel everyone's passion. Because, you know, you strip it all away. These are just plastic toys, but...
Yeah.
People are into it, and that's really cool. And you definitely got a feeling for that, whether it was, you know, all these people buying things from the shop or just enjoying it.
Yeah,
It's nice to just see. It's nice to see people enjoy things, if I'm honest, rather than
that's it.
You know,
I think the question that's burning for me is obviously when the dust settles and you don't have to paint Warhammer for a hot minute, which obviously is only around the corner. Really, it's only a few weeks away.
Yeah.
Out of this giant mountain of stuff. Firstly, what's on the hit list, but secondly, what's the best thing that you're looking forward to?
So it's the Perfect Grade Unleashed, I think, which is the big one. I'm really looking forward to building that.
Nice.
I think it's going to take a little while. It's been really hard. So all these kits have been in my office since we got back, but I'm against it for painting some Warhammer for a tournament at the moment. So I can't lose any time for that. So they are staring at me going,
I think
this would be really refreshing and this would cure your mental state, but
Yeah.
you can't do it.
I think it's nice knowing that as soon as we finish painting that like tournament list thing that we're doing, like it will be like, a few months of just massive decompression, just doing what we want for a bit, which is going to be lush. And I think
we'll still be doing Warhammer stuff. It's just there isn't a deadline on it.
Yeah, exactly. So, for example, with the Tau and the Imperial Fist, just on a Warhammer tangent, we're just like go, and then we'll paint and build and whatever the hell we want afterwards, which should be nice. A bit of hobby mojo back, which is lush.
Are you going to get another GUNPLA kit?
Yes. Yeah, I will. I have
enablement at its finest.
I've done a bit of research, and there are some phenomenal Gunpla artists. Like they make like dioramas, and they completely colour them and paint them and do like weathering and all the rest of it. And I looked at it, and I was like, oh hell yeah, that's wicked.
I really
cool.
like that you can paint them, you can panel line, you can go to town, but out the box. Just the coloured plastic, they're still cool.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to... I think it's nice, actually, as a comparison to Warhammer. Like, Warhammer is such, like, a deeply artistic hobby where it's like, this is grey.
Yeah.
You have to do everything, whereas this was like opening a box, everything's already pre-coloured, you just snip it out. You know, you don't even have to glue it together so in some cases, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah,
done.
it's like it's very similar to. It's not. Maybe it isn't. It's kind of like Lego.
Yeah, I get that.
In the sense that everything's pre-colored, you put it together and you make this thing. Obviously, it's not like Lego that you can then take this further forward. You can then go, okay, I'm going to airbrush some of these panels. I'm going to make them weathered. I'm going to do cool stuff to them. So it's nice to have that difference.
Yeah, for sure.
As well, and similarity. But yeah, this is definitely the hobby crossover event for me.
Yeah, I think this should be quite a nice gauge on what you guys think of Gunpla as a whole, or if you've got any experience in it. I know that this week specifically, since we went to the event, like our Discord group has been pretty up for it, I think. And now that we've
been interesting, like since we've put like stuff on like Instagram and like Discord, is the amount of like Warhammer people that we know that have gone, oh, I've got a kit, or I'm really interested. So there's definitely some crossover.
Yeah, for sure.
But then I guess it falls onto miniatures. There's crossover for everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think it's quite fun unlocking that new demographic, I think, especially with us, like, because obviously we are jumping into this for the first time. We might end up meeting all new hobbyists that are super into Gunpla, which is obviously wicked cool as well. But yeah, leave us some comments down below. Let us.
Have you ever built a Gunpla kit? Are you fully in, or what? It's been interesting just to get conversations going about it.
Yeah, are you going to watch Gundam SEED Freedom?
If you're not, you should.
Yeah.
Or wait for it to come out on legitimate services and then watch it there.
Yeah, proper legitimate services. We don't talk about the others.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you so much for your time and experiencing this with us. It's been a dream. But yeah, we'd like to thank this entire list of people over on the left-hand side. All of our patrons and YouTube members and the Kieran Show initiates. We love you. You're great.
Yeah. We'll hopefully see some of you in the comments for talking about the Gundams.
For sure.